Hello friends, today we are understanding how to prepare the final module, that is advanced financial planning. More often this has been the highly demanded module of all the students, so I thought let's do it. So we start it. Let's first of all understand the examination pattern. Now see, in this particular examination we are having total, say I just write it here, 2 case studies. We have got 2 case studies. One case study will have 15 questions and the same will carry 50 marks. So this one case study, 15 questions, making it 2 case studies, 30 questions, and we have got total 100 marks. Now this is something very interesting. This also requires a lot of patience from our side, because earlier you must have written 2 hours examination, but now it is 4-hour examination. Fine. Now moving further, let's also understand these sections. Now the first section, FPSB names different modules with sections. So first section is IFP, that is Introduction to Financial Planning. Second section they cover up is RAIP, that is Risk Analysis Insurance Planning. Third section is RPEB, that is Retirement Planning. This one is IP, very important. That I am going to highlight why it is so important. And last one is TPEP, that is Tax Planning and Estate Planning. Now understand, Introduction to Financial Planning has total 3 questions in one case study and it carries 7 marks. So in the earlier video I highlighted that Introduction to Financial Planning is indeed very important. So this is the case. Further we can see from RAIP something very interesting. Now you can see in this examination we don't have question of 1 mark. 1 mark has gone away. We can say here it is starting with 2 mark, 3 mark, 4 mark, and finally this is new entry, that is 5 marker questions. Now understand, in risk analysis insurance planning we have no 5 marker question straight away. You can say this. We have got 2 marker question, this is purely theory. 3 marker question, it is also say blend of theory, you can have some calculations as well, and this is purely calculation question. Retirement planning, it has no 4 marker question. This would be a theory question and this is a numerical. So in one case study we can understand we have one numerical coming up from retirement planning. Another, investment planning, I said this is really very important because this is, you should understand, out of 50 marks we have got 16 marks coming from this module. So this makes it 32% in our examination, and that to 2 questions of 5 marks. This is really important in our examination. This is theory once again, and this would also be numerical. So this makes it total 14 marks of numerical in one case study coming only from investment planning. Okay, move further and understand tax planning and estate planning. Now we have got a numerical. This is something interesting. So there are different topics which I am going to highlight from where this can be, but otherwise these 2 are theory. Fine. So this is how we should first of all understand how the examination is structured. Now looking at this, you would identify that it is not at all easy to prepare for this module merely in a week or say 10 or 15 days. You have to study relevant modules in detail. Then and only then you can get through with this examination. Fine. Now this is what is available on FPSB site. These are 2 sample case studies which you can refer for understanding how examination is conducted, or you can also understand the rigor, that is very important. You can also understand the pattern of questions. No doubt these are tough, but by doing this you will understand which kind of situation you are going to handle in exam. Okay, now what is this? You are aware about it, that we are having total 5 case studies, case A to E. Now this material is pre-seen material. That means you will be given case study but not the questions. Questions will come only in exam, right? More often I have been asked this particular thing on my website also, that sir please provide us questions and answers for case A to E. Now thing is very clear that nobody has it, so even I cannot have it. So we have got pre-seen material. You can refer to this case studies so that you don't have to scroll the screen again and again. But other than that, reading this would help you understand the case study well. So from this 5 case studies, you will be having any 2 coming in exam, any 2. So there is no preference. Further, here we have to structurally understand 2 marks question, they call it grade 1. 3 marks question, they call it grade 2. Same is the case with 4 and 5 mark questions. So it is respectively grade 3 and grade 4. Now 2 marker question would purely be theoretical question. Another is theoretical testing clarity of concepts and say some basic numerical. So here we have had 1 marker question in our normal examination. Say for example, sun rises in and we have to select a direction, right? So that is going to be 2 marker question. These are the questions which might be having some identical statements and we have to select either the correct one or the false one, or we might have to select from the list of the statements which are correct and which are not applicable likewise. Now 4 marker is numerical definitely, and 5 marker, this is something very interesting to handle. So most of the students literally struggle in 5 marker questions. Now understand the weightage. This is for 1 case study, 15 questions. So 1 case study, everything has to be multiplied with 2 when you look at when you go to your exams. You'll be having 2 case studies. You'll be having 5 questions of theory, pure theory, 4 questions which could be a blend of theory or numerical, then 2 questions of 4 markers, these are numericals, and this is something very important, you've got 4 questions per case study which are of 5 marks, which makes it 40% weight, and simply you cannot afford to skip it. This is very, very important for us to solve in exam. Okay, and this is less weight, but clubbed together I must say that you are going to have sure shot 56% of numerical, wherein our passing percentage is 50. So it is not like only numericals can help you, this would also support you a lot, because we have to score A grade, not merely C grade. Now I have to take initiative to make all of you understand what are the components and what are the topics we need to study, because I strongly believe that without understanding curriculum, you are straight away starting with a module that is not right, and that is not the right pattern to study as well. So more often I have seen that people start straight away with past case studies without understanding the curriculum, and they end up with nothing. Reason is that they are not able to understand what to study. So FPSB is given to us, definitely it has been given for some reason. Now first section, Introduction to Financial Planning, we have seen 14% weight. So 1 case study will have 7 marks, right? And we have already seen this, that we'll be having 2 questions of 2 marks, that is pure theory, and 1 question of 3 mark that could be a blend of theory or say numerical. Fine. Look at the topic list. First, financial planning process. We know 6 steps of financial planning process. They can ask questions from it, and you can refer to past case studies to identify which kind of questions can be there from this one. Then letter of engagement, that is also very important topic in our examination, and financial planning practice standards. If you are referring to past question papers, you will also come across the practice standards. So they are asking it. You simply cannot afford to ignore this topic. Apart from that, it is code of ethics. It is also well known to us, and this is also something very interesting. We have been writing this or say we are reading this particular thing from our basic modules. They are asking how to use CFP marks, or simply what can be the suffix, like so we can say CFP, what do you write, like practitioner or say professional, likewise such kind of things are there. And if it is coming for 2 marks or 3 marks, simply you cannot afford to skip it. Okay, so this is first part, and grade 1 as I so it means 2 marks. Now we have got grade 2, that means it is 3 marker question. So it comes from different topics: risk profiling of client, asset profiling, allocation, liquidity, returns profile. So this can be there, find out rate of return, then financial behavior and financial decision making, debt management, personal financial statement analysis. This could be very interesting. So you have some net worth mentioned here, financial ratio, but yes, more often I have seen that questions are coming from this topic, that is called loan schedule. Something related to loan is really important in this examination. Moreover, if you are looking at past case studies, you will find out that at least a question on loan has been there in examination. Now, allocation of resources, cash flow to lay down goals, basic and goal specific asset allocation. Yes, these things are there, but at times these are blended with investment planning. So it also becomes at times very difficult to identify from which topic it has come, but yes, it comes. So that was the first section. It was introduction to financial planning. Move further. Second section is risk analysis and insurance planning. It has got weight of 18%. So one case study will have 9 marks coming for this. Okay, now here, as I said, you have got no 5 marker question. One question will be there for 2 marks. This would be theory. This also is going to be theory, and this is going to be numerical. So section 1 under the same says that we have to use insurance as a risk mitigation tool, its outreach, legal aspects and provisions. Simply you can go through this. These are the theory which you have studied, already studied in RAIP. So I am not highlighting, but you should know this. You have to refer or revise all these things before you go to exam. Now grade 2 means it is 3 marker question. So once again we have got several insurance products. More often I have seen that they are asking questions on insurance riders. That is also very important part for us to understand. See, this is the rider, disability covers, then health insurance is also there. So we have good number of theories, because if you are going to my website, you will be getting past case studies of year 2008, 2009 and 2010. So we have got large number of question papers. Like for 2008 we have total 12 past papers, and one paper will have 2 case studies. That means 24 papers for 2008 plus 24 for 2009 plus 8 for 2010. Now you make a total and understand we have got a tremendous bank to understand what kind of questions they ask. Now we are getting on to numerical. This is 4 marker. Analysis of insurance needs, right? We have seen income approach, expense approach to understand how to find out human life value of an individual. It is very important, right? And you have already solved similar kind of questions. Now this is also one of the case, replacement of future expenses of survivors. Now risk cover based on future expenses. What difference it is going to create is, in RAIP you have had only family income or say expense plus one of the goal to find out life insurance cover. But now process or say methodology is going to remain same, but thing is that the number of goals covered might change here, and there would be some tweaks into that. So that is what you have to identify. But once again, it is not a 5 marker question, 4 marker question, so not going to be very tough, don't worry. Move further, and it is retirement planning and employee benefit. Has the weight gone up? We can check it. No, it has actually come down. Fine. So per case study you will be having 8 marks. One question of 3 marks per case study, and yes, we have got 5 marker question here. So grade 2 we understand this question of 3 marks. See, this is very important. NPS, we have got annuity plans provided by insurance companies, and apart from that PPF, yes, this is something very, very important. So more often you will see in our examination we have got questions on PPF, so that is also covered up. It also comes under investment planning. Fine, so we have to really be very clear with PPF. We simply cannot afford to skip PPF while we are preparing for this exam. Fine, so right, so this is the first section which talks about assessment of retirement needs and options at various life stages for clients. So this is understandable, which we have already essentially covered up in retirement planning and employee benefit. Only thing you need to do is to revise all those things. Now this is grade 4, means 5-marker question, talks about accumulation and management of retirement corpus, factors influencing decision. See, nothing much here, but yes, you require a lot of time value of money. We know that retirement planning process is into 3 steps. Step 1 is estimation of expense, step 2 is finding out corpus, and step 3 is making investment for it. Fine, so it is going to have the similar steps, but only thing is that they would create some issues. They will tweak one of the component of the goal. Other than that, nothing much is going to covered up. But yes, I am going to have separate videos on the different techniques and tricks to prepare for this examination. This is the first video wherein I am trying to highlight what should you study and clearly saying that you have to study in a detailed manner to get through this examination easily. Now some of the things, you know, it is reverse mortgage, but more often I have seen nothing on reverse mortgage asked in final examination. Next we have is investment planning, and as we have seen, it is most important module to study while we prepare for AFP. Now you can understand you are going to have 16 marks per case study out of 50, right? So this becomes really important. Nature of items, you can see we have one question of 2 marks, further question of 4 marks, and 2 questions coming up for 5 marks. And as I said that you are going to have 14, means 10, 5 into 2, 14 marks of numerical coming from this topic. So try to understand, we have got theoretical topic. So what is debt, equity, mutual fund, derivatives, commodity, small saving, all these things we have already studied in investment planning. And those who are actually starting with challenge status mode, they have to study everything. Once again I am highlighting, you are supposed to go through all the modules to successfully clear the examination. It is purely not a quick fix. Further, real estate, it is there but it is not asked, so you can have some theoretical question asked on some investment product which can be there in first part. Fine, moving further, we have got one question which is of 4 mark here. Now understand, investing funds in appropriate asset allocation. So once again, that 60% in equity, 40% in debt, something would be, then we have rebalancing. This has been done in investment planning, monitoring progress, measurement of portfolio risk and returns. This is also known to us. I remember that in my examination I had a question on calculating standard deviation, right? So once you get on to advanced level, make sure that you also revise all these things. Further, performance analysis of securities, markets and portfolios. Now this has been really very important topic. Recent examinations have had a topic called duration, which is covered up in bonds, as well as questions on modified duration, which was clearly a surprise to rest. But since we cover up all these things in our class, it was not the case with our students. But simply thing was, why this thing is there in our examination? Answer was very clear. When you look at debt portfolio or say debt mutual funds, in the fact sheet itself you will find out modified duration mentioned. So you being financial planner should understand what modified duration talks about. So make sure you take all these things thoroughly. And there comes 5-marker question. This is a bigger version of the questions which we were used to do in investment planning, right? So it can be active investment strategy, passive investment strategy. From this I have seen that you have got theory more often, but topic lies here. Now investment styles, different allocations, portfolio rebalancing, once again it is here. Portfolio optimization is very important topic. Systematic redemption or say SWP related things have not been asked much, but yes, we need to go through all these things. It is really very important in our examination. Moving further to the last module, that is tax planning and estate planning. This has got 20% weight, so per case study you can expect 10 marks, one question of 5 marks, but rest are mostly theory. And when it comes to tax, we simply cannot afford to skip this topic, that is called capital gains. You have to have it. So tax incidence and relative tax efficiency, understanding and execution of succession strategies, comparative tax advantage of various investment products. It was there because while studying TPP, you must have seen that maximum weight given was to find out or say was to understand taxation of different investment products. Then tax compliances, tax incidence, tax efficiency, characteristics and efficiency of various estate vehicles, provisions of Hindu Succession and Indian Succession Act, estate planning for family business and family trust. These have been some of the things. Yes, we have seen some of the questions which have always come from estate planning, right? So we have to be through with all those things, and we have seen in estate planning we have a trust, we have a Hindu Succession Act, so all those things are to be revised once again, and power of attorney, simply we cannot forget this. Now tax structure of investment portfolio. So once again the same topic, it is of 3 mark. As I said, it can be smaller calculation, there can be theory also. Tax adjusted return of investments, yes, it has been asked, like you are earning some return on FD, there is some inflation, what is the post tax real rate of return, such kind of question would fall here. Then residency rules, definitely this is not going to be there in advanced financial planning. Now all these things actually come wherein you have to find out gross total income of a client, and then finally you have to find out taxable income of the client. Now tax liability of various income of clients, business income, investment income, capital gains and transaction deal. Now if you go through all our case studies A to E, you are given some income like basic salary, then allowances, dearness allowance, all those things are available in the case study. Based on that, they can ask you to do this. And yes, this is also important, we simply cannot skip this. This is dividend stripping. In the past case studies, you will see we have got questions on dividend stripping, capital gains, taxability of off-market transactions. This is also there. Before we conclude, simply I would say we have to learn 2 more things in this particular module, that is XIRR and another is goal-seek function. These are the 2 new things we have to study to solve questions for this particular examination. As we have discussed, the intention of all these videos to make all of you understand the curriculum well, so that you understand what topics to be revised for this examination. Don't worry, I am going to cover up all the calculations topic to topic so that you can clear this examination easily. If you have liked this video, please subscribe to our channel.